Alright, today I'm going to be making the latest salad that I've been using as my go-to salad for the last few weeks, if not a month. And while I'm making it, I'm going to talk about all the things that have happened since whenever I uploaded a video last. Because, boy, have I been busy. But haven't we all? I'm going to do about 200, 211. All right. Cool, so we got 211 grams of mushroom. Got some sweet pepper. So I've experimented with putting all kinds of vegetables into my salads, and I'd say I've really settled on these sweet peppers and mushrooms. Mushrooms because they're very low calories per gram, and so they make my salad very big for a small amount of calories, which is what you want when you're trying not to be hungry, which is always an issue for me. And then the sweet peppers are awesome because they're also low calories per gram. But furthermore, they add a nice crunch, they add flavor, and they add a lot of color. The color's nice. Makes the salad more interesting. It means that I can make a relatively simple salad pretty quickly, but it's still got a crunchy texture. It's not boring, doesn't get boring, and it's a lot of food for not a lot of calories. And I'll end up with a, 300 calorie salad that's got 25 grams of protein, and that's all just plant protein. Not saying plant protein is inferior or superior. I just like that I can get so much protein from plants. I think it's cool. I don't have an agenda or anything, I just think it's cool. So, I don't know what was going on last time I made a video, but I've been pretty busy at work, pretty stressed out at work. Been working on a pretty big project. And I delivered that project, demoed it in front of my company, got a little award, some pats on the back, that kind of deal. It felt really good. I think the day that I demoed it to the entire company, after I got the award and work got off, I went for a run and I ran crazy fast. I don't remember very well, but it's in my logs, but it was a good day. I don't remember if I talked about how I did my longest run, but I did my longest run. It was 21.65 miles nonstop. I ran up a mountain 3 times. That was 21.65 miles, and that was at least a month ago, if not 2 months ago. Turns out trail running is awesome because it's not hard on my joints at all. Since then, I haven't done a run that long because it turns out running 21.65 miles took a little bit of a toll on me and I needed some time to recover. This week, I have run almost every day, and I have been running pretty much every day for like a month now. So previously for my training, I was running every other day and 3 times a week, and I was doing a long run on the weekend. And now I just run every day. Some days I can't run that much. Like yesterday, I only ran 2 miles because I was sick. Not sick from a virus or bacteria, but sick because I ate way too much sugar. I don't ever recall until yesterday, and I'm in my 30s, I don't ever actually recall getting sick from eating too much candy. And usually that's something that happens to kids. But I ate 8 crepes yesterday. Ocho. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crepes. And 6 of those crepes were sugary, just pure sugar dessert crepes. I must have had 2 Nutella crepes with big, teaspoons, if not tablespoons, Nutella. And I had 3 or 4 like cheesy caramel apple crepes, just lathered in caramel sauce. And I had 2 breakfast crepes and whatever. I had 8 crepes. It was insane. I ate something like almost 1,000 calories over my budget. Because it was a celebration day. It was my first day back in the office. I've been working remote this whole time, and I thought, you know what? They're doing crepes. I'm coming into the office. So I went into the office and I had a bunch of crepes. I told my coworkers to refer to me as Lord of the Crepes for the rest of the day, and they did. That was pretty awesome. I ran 16.5 miles a few days ago, nonstop. And yesterday I only ran 2 miles, but the day before that I ran like 13. I don't know how many miles I've run this week, but for the last month or so, I've been running between 40 and 60 miles a week. It's a lot. I started reading a book about running, and it talked about this thing called doubles, where you run twice in a day, and that way your body doesn't take quite as much of a beating, and you can kind of spread your running out so that you do a shorter run and then a shorter run, and then it ends up being a long run in distance. So I've been doing doubles, where I'd do like a 6-mile run in the morning or in the afternoon, and then another 6-mile run at night, and it would come out to 12 miles for the day, even though it's a work day. So I was managing to get like 12 or more miles a day, running back to back, doing doubles. I've hit 60 miles a week at least once. It's been good, but because of all the running, I've also had days where I just couldn't run at all, and I could barely, it was everything I could do to get even just 1 mile out. And so it turns out that those were probably the days where I shouldn't have been running at all, and I should have just been recovering. But because I've been trying to run every day, I haven't been taking time to recover. So I need to be careful there. I might overdo it. And one of the cool side effects of running so much is that my heart rate has gotten really freaking low. I've had multiple times where when I wake up in the morning, so I started wearing my Apple Watch to sleep, to record my sleep habits. And last week or the week before, I don't remember, as the days just blurring together lately. When I woke up, I got an alert saying, hey, for 10 minutes, your heart rate was below 40. You had a heart rate of 39 beats per minute. And, well, I mean, I don't know anything about anything, so I just thought that was kind of scary. So I talked to my coworker who does triathlons. He is fit as hell. This guy is fit as hell. He'll do a 60-mile bike ride in a day. He'll bike 20 miles a day. He runs, he swims. He's like 10 years younger than me. He's really fit. So I went to him and I was like, hey man, this is normal, right? Because prior to going to him, I went to my fitness forum. I went and looked on the internet. I went on Reddit. You know, I looked everywhere to make sure, like, hey, am I okay? Should I go see a doctor? And no, turns out if you're an athlete and you run, if you work out like every day, that's actually normal, getting a heart rate that's really low, like below 40. So I said it's the scariest good news that I think I've had in a long time, or just ever had, you know, because at first thought, I thought, oh my God, below 40 beats per minute, I'm gonna die, because there were those Tour de France bicyclist athletes in the 80s and 90s who had heart attacks in the middle of their sleep and died. They were so cardiovascularly fit, they just would die in their sleep, and so they started setting alarm clocks to wake them up so that their heart rates wouldn't get too low. And I mean, my heart rate didn't get low until I'd been asleep for at least 2 REM cycles, if not 3 REM cycles. Out of vinegar. So I'm sure you could get some good sleep in before you have the heart attack, but I mean, in any case, I ain't getting no heart attack. And my coworker said, I really don't need to start worrying unless my heart rate gets to 33 or so. And mine only got to 39, so I don't think there's any way that I'm gonna get that low. And if it gets close to that low, I'll talk to a doctor, obviously. I'm not gonna be stupid. But it feels really good running my ass off and doing a half marathon or more, and then getting into bed and sleeping really hard. I tell you, running every day, I love it. It's great. Makes me feel so good. All right, so what else is new? Well, I've gotten really into fashion. I mean, maybe not really into fashion, but I have jewelry now, bracelets, silver necklaces. I'm wearing some right now. And I like wearing it when I go out. It makes me feel cute and sexy and all that. Confident, whatever. I've spent several $100s on clothing from consignment stores, that's like used clothing stores, because I can fit into small size clothing now for men without having my belly stick out and look huge. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is size small. The pants that I'm wearing are like waist size 30. And it's really nice to be able to fit into small clothing, or like clothing that should be my size. It just makes me feel happy, good about myself, whatever. I've hit my lowest weight ever, and my lowest body fat percentage ever. I got down to 132 pounds. For reference, I'm 5'7". So I got down to 132 pounds. Still no six-pack without flexing, but when I flex, the whole six-pack shows up. Girlfriend likes it. And I got down to 14.1% body fat, which is the lowest I've ever been. Now, right now, I ain't 14% body fat, and I ain't 132 pounds. I think I'm like 138, 139 pounds right now. I fluctuate every week, every day it fluctuates. But I was hovering around 134-ish for a while, like a week or two. I've been doing a lot of fasting lately. I've been doing 1-day fasts, 2-day fasts. I did a 64-hour fast the other week, and then I did like several 36-hour or 50-something hour fasts back to back. I think last week or the week before I fasted as many days as I ate, or I fasted more days than I ate, I can't remember. And I'm up to over 400 hours of fasting in the last half a year. So in the last 6 months, and 2 of those months I didn't fast at all, because that was when I was getting into powerlifting, and I decided I wasn't going to fast at all because I didn't want to hurt my gains. But even though I've stopped powerlifting and I've started fasting again, none of my muscle has gone away. The only thing the fasting seems to mess with is my running. It seems that my body has a 1-day lag time where if I fast, I'll be weak the next day, but not the first day of fasting. So like if I go to sleep and then I don't eat all day and then I run, I'm fine. But then on the next day, my running will be slower, but I can still run. And then if I eat, then that day, I'm still slow because my body takes a day to kind of process the food. But through the power of fasting, I've been able to get down to 14% body fat, 132 pounds. I'll probably do a fast tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. And then maybe eat on Monday. Or maybe I'll turn it into a 2-day fast and start fasting on Sunday and start eating on Tuesday. And that'll be like a 56-hour fast or something like that. I don't know. It's just such an easy way to keep my weight in check. And it doesn't really mess with my training that much. It does mess with it. Like I said, when I don't eat, my running times go down, and they go down with each passing day. And I can still run. Don't get me wrong. I can still run fasted, and I've done it a bunch of times. I ran. I think last week when I was doing the 64-hour fast, I ran 2 half marathons 2 days in a row. So, I did a half marathon on one day, and then the next day I did another half marathon. So 13 miles and 13 miles. And I didn't eat either day. But the secret is running in the heart rate zone. So I don't know if I've spoken about heart rate zone training before, but that's another thing I've started doing is heart rate zone training. Basically, I keep my heart rate in the low zones now when I train. And what this does is it lets me run every day, because when my heart rate is low, it means I'm going slower, the impact from running is less on my body, my knees and my feet don't take a beating. Yeah, I'm slower, but not that much slower. I can still run 6 miles in a little over an hour. I'll be doing like 10 to 12 minute miles, depending. And I'll run in sweats and with thermal underwear because it's cold, and a hoodie, long sleeve shirt now. I'll bring my phone with me, listen to podcasts or YouTube. And I'll play Pikmin Bloom, which is this cute phone game my sister got me into. It's honestly really not a good game, but it's cool because since I run so much, I get to basically dab on all of the fucking losers who don't run. I get something like 15,000 to nearly 30,000 steps a day since I'm running usually 6 or more miles a day. So these step walker games like Pikmin Bloom, I'm not playing Pokemon Go, or there's some other step games that I would be interested in playing, but I figured, you know what, hey, I'm running. Let's try playing one of these step counter games. So I think I'm like level 31 or 30 in Pikmin now. Just past my sister who got me into the game, so I'm gonna have to call her up and gloat. That'll be fun. Tell her, hey, I have surpassed you. Let's see, so as far as fashion goes, I've got all different kinds of pants now, all different kinds of shirts. Almost all of them are size small. A whole bunch of jackets to choose from. I have a bunch of shoes coming in the mail. Nice shoes. I got these matte black leather boots from Thursdays, which is a boot company. I got these white sneakers coming from Oliver Cavell. It's all leather. I ordered some wool, skin-tight, small-sized shirts from Smart Wool. I was really afraid that because they're size small, they wouldn't fit, but not only do they fit like a glove, and they're loose in all the right places. They're not too tight. They don't make my body look distended or anything. So I got my crazy merino wool uppers. And it's fun just mixing and matching the outfits. Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. You know, I'll take a pair of shoes and say, you know what, I want to make an outfit that goes with these shoes. Or I'll take a jacket and I'll say, I want to make an urban look. Or maybe I'm going to go on a date and I think, I want to look cute for my date. Or I have 2 leather necklaces, or rather silver necklaces, and I'll think, this outfit would go good with this necklace. So I have like a more rugged Heshy chain, which is kind of like, in my opinion, like a thuggish looking necklace. It's got like a thick, I'm wearing it right now. I don't know if you can see it. It's got like thick links. And then I have a Mariner chain, which is thinner. So I like to wear the Mariner chain with my sleeker, more urban and metropolitan outfits, and I like to wear the Heshi chain with my more, ghetto outfits. Depends on what mood I'm in, But it's fun having a fashion sense, even if it's not that great, but I'm making it better. So yeah, running every day, heart rate's super low. Got a new router, been getting back into Call of Duty on my Xbox, dating again, eating salads, fasting like crazy, getting into fashion. Body weight and body fat percentages have hit new lows. Got a coffee machine. Learned how to make bananas Foster. I did my first Thanksgiving with my girlfriend, so not with my family, and I made bananas Foster the next day without rum, and so I bought the rum and I made bananas Foster with the rum, and oh my god, it is amazing. Lighting the rum on fire and then eating that, delicious. All right, I'm gonna eat this. And I'm gonna go to a metal show because I am strapped for time. I never have time for anything anymore. My apartment is always a mess. I just never have free time anymore. So I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna get out of here. That's my vlog.